Yesterday was the most intense day of U.S. military strikes in Iran, but some of his most vocal supporters seem to be breaking rank a bit and speaking out against these attacks. Take a look.
You actually talked to NBC News last night about that strike on the girls' school, and you said it was terrible, we made a mistake.
The kids are still dead, but I think it was a horrible, horrible mistake. I wish it hadn't happened. I'm sorry it happened. Yeah, I can assure you it wasn't intentional. And then when you make a mistake, you ought to admit it.
I think the 2026 elections already, we are behind the 8 ball as far as the electoral process. I think if you add in high gas prices, high oil prices, and if we are still bombing Iran, I think you're going to see a disastrous election.
It just seems so insane based on what he ran on. I mean, this is why a lot of people feel betrayed, right? He ran on no more wars and these stupid, senseless wars, and then we have one that we can't even really clearly define why we did it.
Well, but he said he's against endless wars.
Well, they're
running
all,
against endless wars.
Listen, man, they're all endless.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, do you think MAGA supporters will now admit that they have been lied to? Will they be able to say it?
I don't think MAGA supporters will. I think the podcast lane of it all, the kind of non-traditional media where all these people rushed to him when Donald Trump showed up on these podcasts and seemed like every guy to them, and they all kind of flocked there. Weirdly, MAGA and kind of traditional conservatives actually approve of a lot of what he's doing. And I couldn't remedy that because when you think of MAGA, it's America First, non-interventionist. Then you see the neocons, the original conservatives, and they were a little more in support of this kind of thing. So how are they aligning in support? And what I realize is we are living in such a time of divide and negative partisanship that the jersey you wear matters more than the policy at hand. And that is a dangerous place to be. And so I don't think you're going to see it because, as Trump said himself, I am MAGA. Wherever he goes, the partisanship of so many will just follow. It doesn't even matter.
What I think is that, you know, a lot of these people, you notice that they seem to be turning on him, and they say that they've been betrayed by him. But actually, why can't you just admit you were wrong?
Yeah.
When the guy made fun of a disabled veteran, when the guy said he could grab women by their genitalia, when the guy said that Obama was not born in this country, lying about that. Why are you now saying you're betrayed? You didn't see it then, so what are you being betrayed about?
Because, Joy, it was about everybody else but me. And what's happening now is validation. But to your point...
Let me finish. Having said that, I will take, as you say, I will take the win from people like Rogan and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Welcome to the fight. Maybe our side will win now because we now have more people who see the light. And that's okay with me. You were wrong, okay? Admit it.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this, to your point. I love, what's that dude named Tom Tillis?
Yeah.
Tom Tillis got in there. Listen.
Yeah.
Lit her up. If more people speak out and stop being Trump's choir, but be his focus group, maybe we'll see the tide turn.
But Tillis is leaving office. So when people are leaving, they can speak.
Suddenly they have courage.
Well, they suddenly have courage because they don't have to be reelected. I got to tell you, I don't know that that his base, his core base, is going to change because if you look at some of the numbers and some of the polling, 90% of his base agrees with what he's doing.
Yeah.
What I am surprised, what I do think though, is with this war in Iran, I do think that is going to change the tide for people that are truly conservative Republicans, people that are truly independent, and certainly, you know, the Democrats are already on the other side because now you have 165 girls that were murdered in Iran while they were at school. And there has been this shifting explanation. One explanation was, well, that's Iran must have shot their own people, their own school. Then another explanation was, well, it was right next to an Iranian military base. And so maybe they were using the students as cover. Now it turns out that it was likely an American Tomahawk missile that struck down those girls and killed those girls. And they were working by mistake because they were working off of old intelligence. It was 10 years ago that school was part of this military base. And so think about our families, think about our soldiers. Their children live on the bases with them. Their families live on the bases with them. If that happened here, we would all be outraged. Where are the Republicans that talking about family values and children?
They should be
Where are
outraged
they?
about those children.
Yes, they should. That's my point. They should be outraged about those kids.
I'm not sure what his base is or who they are or what they do. If they don't recognize that he has not been good for them, he has not been good for their pocketbook, he has not been good for their town, their city, has not been good for them. He's not been good for them for their medication. He's not been good for them. If they don't see it, they're not going to see it. I am appreciative, and I said this to you guys a couple weeks ago. There are tiny cracks appearing. And people seem to be waking up going, who am I? Where have I been?
What did I do?
What did I do? You know? And it takes a while sometimes, but you cannot continue to justify this behavior. Yes, they got rid of a bad regime, and who knows? A lot of folks feel like a new bad regime, a worse regime is coming in, and because there was no planning, you killed all the people who might have been in line, who might have been better, but that's not our job.
No.
And you said you weren't going to do that. So I think people are annoyed, and you know, I'm not a polls person. I don't like polls because I think they reflect the way you want them to reflect. You know, because have you ever been called? You've been called for a poll? One person, two people.
I just got called, believe it or not.
Yeah, Vicky.
But that's not how it works.
I just got called.
It doesn't work like specifically, I got to get a call. You know?
No, what it does is that I'm saying you get a call, somebody asks you a question. That's one person, that's 25 people. They don't say how many people
Well,
they've
one
spoken
represents
to.
a certain number.
Yeah, but that's not okay, because that's not how this works.
But statistically, it's been proven that that does work.
I think it doesn't. And so there we are. That's why they call it The View.
Checkmate.
I think polls are dopey. She thinks they work. This is God's work.